Hi everyone, Mrs. Miller here. I want to talk to you a little bit about where you can find your oral comments over the Alchemist paper before you finish up your Modes of Discourse paper. So it's always my goal when we write a paper to get it scored as quickly as I can and then get it back to you, and so we can conference with these individually. And this year I tried something different, because what happened last year was I'd pass these papers back and then people couldn't find them with all the comments that I'd written on. So I kept them this time, thinking, okay, I'm going to conference with every single student. And with the class sizes the way they are and our pacing and some of the scheduling things, that just hasn't happened. So then I decided that I would record those comments for you. It takes me a little bit of time, but I think it's valuable for you to hear me talking through your paper, so you understand what it is you need to do. One of the things that I think is so critical is to understand that we're all writing at this this place right now where we're doing our very best. I mean, I don't think that anybody out there is saying, I'm going to turn in something that's not as effective as I want it to be. And so by having me on the other side as a reader, I can tell you what I'm seeing and make suggestions about what it needs to do. So I think that's a real powerful tool. So the way that you'll find that is you'll go to your block and you'll open up your class. So I'm going to go here to this 9th grade master, which is where I put everything in. And you'll see a content library. And in the content library, these are my main folders for you, but you can't change anything in there. So what you want to do is copy and paste them into your own folder so that you have these units in there and then you can edit. So here's Taylor's folder. Here's her Modes of Discourse, which is the assignments that we're working on right now. And then if I go down here to the Alchemist, if I go to the portfolio, these are where you'll find all your information. So here's the portfolio instruction sheet. And this is just kind of an understanding of what we're doing and why we're doing it. Here's a sample portfolio so you can see how you can set it up. And what I do want you to do is eventually when you get these papers back, I want you to copy and paste them in here. The way I did this is you can just take a picture with your phone, and if you don't have a phone, I can do it for you. And then the second thing and then you just email it to yourself, or you upload it from your computer. You guys are far more savvy at that than I. And the other way, I use a program called Office Lens. And Office Lens is pretty slick. It lets you take pictures of the whiteboard and just send that into your notes page. It lets you take pictures of a document, and it'll automatically crop it for you. Okay? These are the 5 questions we ask every time. What is the assignment? Identify the type or genre of writing, highlight the comments, and then identify areas to improve. So you can see these are my basic ones, and then I just click in here and I can type. Okay, and then finally set your goals as a writer. Here's a portfolio frame, so I can just right click it and copy it, and then I can come down here and I can paste it, and then I just title it up here with whatever assignment it is. But here's the Alchemist page, and this is what I really want you to work on. So this is here's my notes from me. Okay, this is an understanding of what the assignment was. And this is where I really need you to work. What I was finding was that we just weren't doing enough with analysis. And so we need to focus on going deeper with our analysis. And these are those modes of discourse. So again, Aristotle said that that these are the techniques with which we communicate. That's kind of an easy way to say it. That when something is abstract and we don't understand it, the first thing we want to do is define it. Okay, then we can give examples of it, and that's another way of clarifying. We can use cause and effect as an argument. We can compare and contrast. We can analyze the process that's being used. Now, in this particular case, that's probably not an appropriate choice. Occasionally, we can classify and divide. So when we're talking about social position or gender discrimination, we might be able to use that classify and divide concept as a way of arranging the ideas and then going deeper with them. There's narration, which narrative is a story, and then of course description. So all of these are in play and we might use multiple modes of discourse in order to explain something. And that's a lot of the comments that I was making, was the arrangement wasn't there. Perhaps a quotation was simply put into the argument without a lot of definition for it. So you have to tell me who the speaker is and give me the context before I have this quotation. And then oftentimes there wasn't enough analysis. So we hadn't gone into these modes of discourse with enough depth. So once you've listened to your comments, and you've written out those comment codes, okay, use your comment code sheet. I gave those out at the beginning of the year. If you don't have those, it's just a sheet where I've made common comments. So for instance, number 7 is, this is a fact, not a claim. Make it, have a claim and a warrant to your argument. And remember, a warrant is going to be a because or a therefore. It's going to explain and move a statement from simply being a fact into a claim. All right. Then if you want to, you can revise it, and it'll say, just revise this section of the paper. And that's what's really cool about SRG. SRG has its drawbacks right now as we're trying to implement it, like anything does when it's new. But one of the things I really like about it is it really grades your forward progress. So in a traditional system, I would be averaging your grades. So if you had a low grade on the first paper but a strong grade on the second paper, you still might end up with a B. But with this, if you show me that you understand it in the mastery, I just change it. I can change it, and I can give you, instead of a 2 or a 2.5, I can give you a 3, which says that you've mastered that. And we know that 3 equates to an A in the grade book. So keep that in mind. You would make those revisions that I suggest. Usually it's only over a section of the paper, and then you'd go to Insert, File, Printout. It will take you to your OneDrive, and then you can upload your paper from here. Then you have to make sure you tell me that you've done that, okay? So on Thursday and Friday, we're going to work on your modes of discourse paper, okay? And remember, all of that material is in here. In the modes of discourse, actually, I'm missing in the content page. Let me go to Taylor's. Here, there's Thursday, Friday, and what the assignment is. Okay, and then make sure that you've uploaded your paper both to turnitin.com and to on the collaboration page. So if I come down here to the collaboration space, everybody simply under the modes paper created a page, and they have uploaded their paper here. And look, Xander has 6 or 7 exclamation points, so his must be really good and really worth reading. And they're all right there. Okay, I look forward to reading these. I think the ones I've read have been really great, but this Thursday and Friday is a chance for us to revise and process it before it's due on Monday and Tuesday. Have a great day, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to conference with everyone, but I hope this works as a way to do that as well.